Well, first of all, I would like to say that I will only be a voice to the conglomerate of sentiments of the doctors and medical professionals here at the KHMH and professionals beyond the KHMH, as these are the sentiments of other doctors that do not work here but that knew the disease and had really appreciation of him just as the doctors who work here. We have said that it is a crude awakening and the loss of a brother. Awakening to the death at the KHMH should not be astonishing to the personnel of this institution. Today was an exception, as this morning a member of this family was deprived of his life. Dr. Ivan Enrique Garcia Gomez was brutally murdered at his own residence. This is a day that we mourn one of our own. Our hearts are filled with sorrow for the loss of a man who, without being a born Belizean, provided for and cared for Belizean people without seeing their race or cultural background. Dr. Garcia Gomez dedicated 9 years of his life and profession to save lives at the Accident and Emergency Unit of the Carl Huchner Memorial Hospital. What an irony it is that his life was taken away in the most undignified of manners, as it was ravaged from him this early Monday morning of July 18th. We want to reivindicate his life and his valuable actions, his dignity, by irrevocably repudiating this law act. We, his fellow colleagues, friends and family, do not ask for justice, but demand for it. Today, the issue in Belize City is not only the level of violence, but the impunity surrounding it. The total disregard for life, for families, for our youth, for our children, who are supposed to be the future of this magnificent city, our city. As a society, we have pledged, begged for solutions for this ever-growing plague. But instead of seeing clear results, what we see is saddening impunity for these everyday acts. This inability to control a handful of rampant, unoccupied, and heartless individuals is subject of laughter, of shame. Yes, it is indeed shameful that we prefer to live our lives like this than to put a stand to this havoc. How many more lives do we need to lose? Are we waiting for it to be us or one of our family members, our children, brothers, sisters, neighbors, or friends? Belize, is this how we want to live? Clustered and prisoners in our own homes, being fully aware that not even there are we safe? A doctor was killed today, yes, but how many more have been killed before him this year? We are losing our productive people, the people who care, who work, and those taking care of the lives, and those taking the lives away, ironically, are not being punished, but are rewarded for every act they do. The people working at the KHMH hospital are the people who attend to the majority of Belizeans who cannot afford access to medical attention in private institutions. Is this how we want to repay them? We are sure that this sense of ingratitude is by no means part of the vast majority of Belizeans. Only in Belize, only in this country, will you ever see this type of governance, the governance of a mediocre minority. And we, the majority, are just as guilty as we tolerate other malicious and senseless acts. There are two types of assassins, those who pull the trigger and those who see the trigger being pulled and do nothing to stop it. These so-called beings, as it is even painful to call them humans, as they have lost all sense of humanity, laugh once more at us with one more victory. How can authorities vomit words portraying their human rights when they have lost that God-given right that differentiates them from beasts? If we behave like animals, as such we should be dealt with. The million-dollar question is, who is the person in charge of putting a radical solution to this? This is an invitation to act as an intelligent society, a united one. We are Belize, not only the boundaries or the nature or the authorities or the criminals for that matter, but all of us, the people who reside here, who struggle and who envision a better place for us and for the generations to come. Let us not tolerate or enhance this way of living. We deserve better. Our children deserve better. Let us dissipate and cultivate good values and honor those who have fallen victims of this cruel rampage. Today, we try to do exactly that. We not only honor the doctor, but the human being. In last words, may God have him in his glory, Dr. Ivan Enrique Garcia Gomez. Thank you.
I don't think there's much more to add after that, unless